Hey everyone, thanks for watching yet another video. That means you're continuing to invest in your business and that you want to get better and better at things. Today I'm going to talk about something that many of you have heard me talk about over and over again, but I decided it was important to put it in video format so that you can watch it over and over again. We're always bringing on new people as well, and this is a topic that is critical to new people. So what we're going to talk about is invitations, mailing them out. And I know those of you that maybe don't know me that well yet, or maybe some of you that do know me might think, oh gosh, why does Erin keep harping on this topic? You know, she's so old school. That stuff is dead. It's dead and over with. We don't need to mail invitations anymore. Well, I'm here to tell you that at least for the time being, I am in the modern age with you with, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, texting constantly, all that kind of stuff. I get it. And actually, it's because we're in this fast-paced information age now that mailed invitations have become such an obvious, unique, powerful way to invite people to your parties. And so what I'm going to tell you is that mailing out invitations is going to set you apart from just about everybody in this industry. I'm not talking about just in your area or in this company or anything like that. I'm talking industry-wide. You are going to set yourself apart. So here's the deal. You've got all these other options out there. They're at your fingertips. So easy, would take very little time to utilize. The problem is everybody else is also utilizing those methods, and therefore people in general, aka your guests or your host friends who will become your guests, they are bombarded by this stuff. So what happens when you're bombarded by things? You start to ignore them, overlook them. You know, a lot of my friends joke about the number of unread emails I have sitting in my email box. Do you know how many things I have in there from, you know, Amazon and Bed Bath & Beyond and, you know, all the different stores are constantly sending you sale ads, sometimes every single day. So email has been bombarded. You know, next up was even Facebook. Our Facebook news feeds are just bombarded with things. A lot of us have our notifications set in such a way that we don't even see many event invitations. So there's a lot of obstacles when it comes to electronics, and that's because people get really, really serious about protecting their time and protecting what they see. So because of that, I'm here to tell you that your number one tool in your toolbox that's going to set you apart is going to be mailing out physical invitations. Now think about it. If I send you an invitation through email or Facebook to an event, how does it make you feel? Like really think about that for a second. Think about the last Facebook invitation you got. Did you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go to, you know, so-and-so's Halloween party. I just got this Facebook invite. Oh, it's just awesome. I feel so personally invited. You don't. What you really think is like, oh, there's another invitation. I'm sure she just sent it to all of her Facebook friends. Or here came another Evite. I guess I randomly got it because I was in her email address book from 3 years ago. Okay? We don't feel personally invited when it's that method, or any electronic method for that matter. However, because it's so rare to receive fun mail in the mail that's not a bill or an advertisement, people get excited. Even though we are representing a company, and even though there is a brand name associated with the party, and even though it is a direct sales home party where the purpose is to sell and promote our product, it's still a fun environment around friends, an excuse to connect, and people do feel personally invited when they receive something fun in the mail. Think about it. How often does someone really take time to sit down, make an invitation, throw an address on there, go out and buy an almost 50-cent stamp, stick it on there, and pop it in the mail? That is really a lot of time and effort. And in this day and age, whew, people have no time. So when someone receives an invitation, or think about yourself when you receive an invitation in the mail or any kind of card, don't you feel personally touched by that? I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, how nice of her to take the time to invite me. And oh my gosh, I just looked at my calendar. I feel so bad that I can't make it to that baby shower. When I receive something in the mail, I make every effort to attend because I feel like they went to extreme effort. In this day and age, that's a lot of effort to mail me an invitation, okay? Because of that, you're A, connecting with those guests before they even come to the party. B, you're getting a lot more people to attend the party. And C, you're really just making someone feel good. Maybe they will never attend. Maybe you'll never meet them. I promise you, you still put a smile on their face just from mailing that out, okay? Now, when you get to the technicalities about the invitations, of course, there's even multiple ways you can do those as well. I mail out the invitations for my hosts, and I recommend you do the same exact thing. There's a few reasons there. Number one, your host probably is not quite as invested in the party as you are. And she also probably doesn't realize how serious we are when we say that mailed invitations are what are going to get her guests there. So she's going to think, oh man, I already set up a Facebook event. I'm talking to a couple friends here and there. I don't really have to mail out all those invitations that Erin gave me. What she doesn't know doesn't hurt her. It's okay if I don't mail them out, okay? Second thing is, your host is super, super busy. And guess what? She's doing you a favor by doing a party. No matter how you slice it, they do it in many, many cases. They're doing it mostly to help you. So let's take that burden off of them. And it is going to be your treasure that's actually invested to get these invitations mailed out. But I'm here to tell you, the attendance at your party is going to be doubled, tripled, and sometimes even more by mailing invitations instead of simply inviting people electronically. 98% of mailed invitations and greeting cards are opened and read. Only 28% of electronic invitations are ever open, and the data collected is only about having them opened. They're not sure if anyone read them. They could have accidentally been clicked on in an email box, so that says that they were open, but that doesn't even mean that they were read. So I am assuming that less than 28% of electronic invitations are read. Woo! You're going to all this trouble inviting all these people. How does it feel to have less than a third of them read them? On the flip side, if you have it within your control to make sure that almost 100% of the people invited to a chocolate party are going to actually open and read their invitations, wouldn't you take that route, even if it takes a little bit more time and money on your end? I absolutely promise you that you are going to see such a difference in your business when you operate this way. The number one question, and I have to say, I'm sure some of you watching this video have been in this position with me. I get phone calls all the time. Oh man, I've been doing some parties. I'm really discouraged because I haven't had that many people attend my parties. Or, oh my gosh, I just did a party yesterday and only 2 people showed up. Erin, what am I doing wrong? I'm getting so discouraged. I hear that constantly, multiple times a week. What's the first question I ask you guys when you come to me with that? If we were in an open forum right here, I know what you'd say. And it's the same question that I'll ask tomorrow when I get the phone call from someone else with the same comment. My question for you is, did you mail out 30 physical invitations for that party? And guess what the answer always is? No, I did not. So the people who are complaining and discouraged about only having a couple people attend parties, even people who are having 4 or 5 people attend parties, if you're only doing Facebook invitations, texting invitations, email evites, all of the above, anything that's electronic and not personal with the mailed invitation, you are going to be disappointed. Hey, if you have been doing only Facebook invites and you've been having successful parties, first of all, you're in the vast minority. Second of all, what if I told you that all of the money you've made so far in Dove would have been tripled if you had mailed invitations to those events? Doesn't that get you excited? For about 7 years, I have been in this industry. And from day one, I have always mailed invitations. And guess what? From almost day one, I've been very successful. I wasn't sure why I was successful from the get-go, but over the years, I've realized that what sets me apart from other direct sales in the country, as well as even other direct sellers in our company, is that I mail out invitations. And one of the reasons that our team has risen to the top is because many of you have followed my lead and you've taken my advice on mailing out invitations. Now, here's the other thing. When you have a mailed invitation, that's a physical piece of paper, okay? Someone receives that. They see on there that they get some Dove Dollars credit for some things. What are they going to do with that piece of paper? Are they going to toss it in the trash? Probably not. Are they going to put it up on their fridge? Yep, that's probably where it's going to go. If it doesn't go up on the fridge, they might stick it in their purse. I know when I get stuff like that, I slide it right into my calendar or day timer. That piece of paper becomes valuable to them. Every time they look up at their fridge, every time they open up their day timer, which is probably every day, boom, they're reminded of that party. Can you imagine how powerful it would be if each guest had 10 reminders about the chocolate party that's happening next week? Well, guess what? When you mail them an invitation, you're automatically making that happen. Second of all, if they have an invitation in their hand, they are most likely to invite other people. They're most likely to arrive on time if you put that in your Dove Dollars section. They're also most likely to RSVP to their host because it's worth Dove Dollars to them. How awesome does it make your job? How easy does it make your job when you know how many to expect? How excited does your host get when people are actually calling her saying they want to come to her chocolate party? She gets over the top excited. You're building confidence in her that she made the right decision to host a party. Okay? So all of these factors are things that you may not have realized, but that paper invitation is so valuable leading up to the party. And then quite honestly, when people have a physical address printed on a piece of paper in their purse or on their fridge, they are going to have such an easy time finding the party. They're not going to be texting the host at the last minute asking for an address. They're not going to be scouring through their Facebook looking for an address and get discouraged and decide to just not go to the party. They're going to have their own personal invitation right in front of them. Now, the last thing I'm going to tell you about invitations is I do realize that it's a business expense. On average, I spend about $15 per party on invitations. So I'm not going to lie to you that it's, nothing to worry about. That is a very significant expense up front to do a party. But I'm also here to tell you that I generally make anywhere from $100 to $200 at every party I do. Therefore, $15 is a great investment to allow me to earn $100 to $200. If I don't put in that $15, guess what? I'm going to come out maybe earning $20 to $50, okay? So yes, I didn't put out $15 up front. So I came out, let's just say, in a really great party. We had a $200 party after all. So I came out $50 ahead. That's great. But gosh, if I had had a $100 party, I would have come out $85 ahead. If I had had a $200 party, I would have come out $185 ahead. That is so much more worth my time away from my family than the $20 to $50 that I might make if I'm lucky from just doing Facebook. Now remember, the other things that we get at our parties, above and beyond sales and commission, are bookings and recruits. The key to successful parties is attendance, guest attendance. You're there to meet new people every single time. If you're not meeting new people at parties, your business is not growing. If you're not booking parties, your business is not growing. If you're not recruiting teammates, your business is not growing. So if I can go to a party where I mailed out physical invitations and I can meet 10 to 15 new people, I am guaranteed to continue the growth of my business. However, if I go to a party where we only did Facebook invites or some other electronic form, and I'm only meeting 1 to 2 new people in the same amount of time, so whether I do a party for 2 people or a party for 15 people, guess what? It takes me the same amount of time to do that party. So in that amount of time, I could be meeting 15 people instead of 2. What a much more profitable use of my time that would be, okay? So when you really think about it that way, also when you walk out of a party, since it does take you the same amount of time, if you only made $20 to $50, let's say your party was 2 hours long, that means you made $10 to $25 an hour at that party. However, if you make $100 to $200 in 2 hours, you're making $50 to $100 an hour. Huge difference in pay. Okay. So I just want to, provoke some thought there, make you think about, wow, what am I leaving on the table by being just a little bit lazy and a little bit stingy up front? It will pay you back in the long run tenfold. I promise you. Okay. Will you ever have a party where you mail out invitations and only 2 people come? Of course you will. But those parties are going to be so few and far between that you're not even going to notice them. Okay. So I challenge every single person on our team to adopt this habit, and I hope that you'll train every single person going forward to do the same. Mailing of invitations is a lost art form. It is such a personal touch, and people in this day and age are very lonely. They won't admit to you that they are, but they are. And when you can make something show up in their mail that's privately going to put a smile on their face when they go to open it, why wouldn't you do that? Okay? I hope this has helped you, and I really hope that I've pointed out some of the really important reasons why you must mail invitations. I, for one, have become so confident in this method over the years that I will not do a party if a host does not give me 30 mailed invitations or addresses so that I can mail invitations, okay? I'm not going to make that decision for you and your business, especially as you're getting started and you need all the practice you can get. But I hope you get to that point. I hope you see some huge differences in attendance, which lead to differences in your sales and your commission that goes right back into your bank account. When you start to see those things, I think you'll also gain the confidence to make that a rule for your business. It's your business. You make the rules. And one other thing about this is it may be hard if you have not been mailing invitations so far. If one of your upcoming bookings came to a party where she got a Facebook invite and then you're asking her for a guest list of 30 names and addresses, you may run into a little bit of apprehension. I want you to be confident I want you to already have some things to say to overcome those objections. If she says, well, let's just do a Facebook invite, and you say, oh no, we really need to do mailed invites. Number one, you can share some of the things I've shared with you in this video about how it's makes people feel personally invited, how her attendance will be 3 times as large, which translates into more host rewards and more fun for her. But also I want you to tell her why the current party maybe only had Facebook invites. Let her know it was super short notice and we just didn't have time to follow the usual guidelines of mailing out invitations. Tell her that you just adopted this new method because it's been working so much better for so many other hosts. So have reasons ready to share with them. But on the flip side, once you have it in your normal box of tools and you're using it constantly, when someone at a party received an invitation in the mail, she showed up at the party, she books a party with you, and you say to her, okay, I'm going to need your list of 30 names and addresses within 24 hours. Guess what she's going to say? She's going to say, okay. She's expecting that because she received an invitation. She probably loved that she received an invitation. It might even be one of the reasons she's booking a party with you. So because she experienced that flow, she's not even going to question it. I will tell you, my hosts do not even question it. And I don't even, sugarcoat it. I just say, yep, I'm going to need 30 names and addresses, period. I don't sugarcoat it. When they, maybe contact me or send me over 10, I say, oh, that's a great start. Only 20 more to go. I'm just coaching them right along. And you know what? They don't bat an eye. They keep working on those invitations. And when all is said and done, maybe I only got 25 addresses to send invitations, but that's okay. That's close enough, okay? You just need to be confident and stand tall in what you're asking them to do. All right, good luck, and please, please, please share with me some of your feedback and experience as you adopt this method. Have an awesome day.